Dale Robertson was a man who lived his life with authenticity, grit, and a no-nonsense attitude that carried over from his Oklahoma roots into his long Hollywood career. Born Dale Lemoyne Robertson on July 14, 1923, in Harrah, Oklahoma, he grew up during the difficult years of the Great Depression. Life on the rugged plains taught him the value of hard work, independence, and self-reliance. He grew up riding horses, working the land, and developing a toughness that would later define his screen persona. Audiences believed him as a cowboy, because, in many ways, he really was one. Before stepping into Hollywood, Robertson first proved himself on the battlefield. He enlisted in the U.S. Army during World War II, serving with the 322nd and later the 332nd Combat Engineer Battalions, as well as with the 101st Cavalry. He was wounded twice in combat, earned a Bronze Star, and came home as a decorated soldier. That military service added a sense of quiet strength and stoicism to his character that would later make him stand out
Marriage was
among
marked
Hollywood's
by a
many
deep
leading
mutual
men.
respect.
Long before he became a star, Robertson was already a hero. His path into acting was almost accidental. While recovering from his war injuries, he had a photograph taken for his mother. That picture, showing his rugged good looks and striking presence, caught the eye of Hollywood talent scouts. Soon, he was offered small film roles, and by the early 1950s, his career began to gain momentum. Robertson quickly found his niche in westerns, the most popular genre of the time, where his natural toughness and authenticity shone. His breakthrough came with the hit television series Tales of Wells Fargo, where he starred as Special Agent Jim Hardy from 1957 to 1962. Each week, millions tuned in to see Robertson bring a sense of honesty, grit, and moral courage to the role. His horsemanship, rugged charm, and unpolished authenticity set him apart from other stars of the era. The show cemented his reputation as one of America's favorite TV cowboys, and his fame only grew. Robertson continued to thrive beyond Tales of Wells Fargo. He appeared in films like Dakota Incident, 1956, Return of the Texan, 1952, and Sitting Bull, 1954, and later headlined other television series, including Iron Horse in the late 1960s. He even hosted the legendary anthology series Death Valley Days, where his natural storytelling ability and frontier spirit made him the perfect fit. Over the years, he proved his versatility by branching into crime dramas, primetime soaps like Dynasty, and even headlining the short-lived but memorable J.J. Starbuck in 1987. His career spanned nearly 5 decades, always circling back to the westerns that defined him. Off-screen, Robertson's personal life was just as eventful. He was married 4 times, with his final marriage to Susan Robbins lasting over 3 decades until his death. He had 3 daughters from his earlier marriages and remained a devoted father throughout his career. Despite the demands of Hollywood, he always placed family as a priority. In his later years, Robertson and Susan settled in Oklahoma, where he lived a quieter life, far from the spotlight. Yet for all his professional success and personal resilience, Dale Robertson was never shy about voicing his true opinions. He respected loyalty, authenticity, and integrity, and he had little patience for vanity or pretension. Among the many actors he worked with, there was one man he openly admitted he could not stand: Robert Taylor. MGM's polished leading man of the 1930s through the 1950s. Robertson never minced words about him. "I truly hated him more than anyone," he once confessed. To Robertson, the disdain was about more than personality. It was about principles. He saw Taylor as vain, more concerned with his appearance than his craft. All he cared about was how he looked in the shot, Robertson once said. That wasn't acting, that was vanity. He also despised Taylor's social arrogance, recalling how he looked down on others outside his Hollywood circle. But what Robertson could never forgive was Taylor's testimony before the House Un-American Activities Committee. where Taylor cooperated in naming names of colleagues suspected of communist ties. To Robertson, loyalty was sacred, and betrayal of friends was the ultimate sin. Even decades after Taylor's death in 1969, Robertson's feelings hadn't softened. He called Taylor a man who lived behind a facade, a false hero crafted by the studio system. In contrast, Robertson believed that an actor's authenticity came not from looks or polish, but from who he was at his core. For him, Taylor was everything wrong with Hollywood: shallow, self-serving, and disloyal. And unlike many in the industry who chose diplomacy, Robertson was proud to speak his mind. "I never regretted feeling that way," he said. Not for one damn second. In his final years, Robertson faced his toughest battle. He moved to the San Diego area as his health declined, struggling with lung cancer and pneumonia. On February 26, 2013, Dale Robertson passed away at the age of 89. His death marked the end of a remarkable life. A soldier, a cowboy, a television star, and above all, a man who lived on his own terms. Dale Robertson's legacy remains that of a true American original. He wasn't Hollywood Polish. He was grit, honesty, and strength, both on screen and off. He left behind a body of work that spanned generations and a reputation as a man who stood by his principles, no matter the cost. And perhaps that's why audiences loved him, because they knew what they saw on screen was real.